So you want to spring clean, but you're not sure where to start. Don't worry, you're not alone. We're joined here with professional organizer Elaine Johnson, owner of Personal Touch Organizing, to give you some tips on how to get organized for the spring. Thanks so much, Elaine. Appreciate you being here. Nice to have you. I told you I've been trying to clean the house over the past 2 weeks, and I'm just beside myself. I don't know what to do. I have everything in the guest room at this point because I don't know where to put everything, and my thing is space.
Right.
So what are some tips to get organized to start off with?
Well, to address your question specifically, you've already got it halfway done because you've already corralled those things that you don't necessarily have a home for in your guest room.
And I don't know what, I have everything on the bed.
Yeah. So at least if everything is there in your situation, you can see what's there. And the largest tip I can impart on anyone is staying organized. You have to have a home for everything, so that if you only have a short period of time to do cleanup or organizing or whatever it is, you can go immediately to the homes of those items and bring them there.
Now, what if we don't have enough room? Should we go through things and throw out some old items we might not need, or clothes? What do you suggest if we don't have any room in our house?
Well, if you don't have room in your house, that's a big challenge, and we see that a lot out in the field. So we have to go through things one at a time, depending upon what area of the home we need the space in order to make it function the way you want it to function. And we need to make a decision. When was the last time I used it? You know, that's the biggest question.
Are we talking 5 years, 2 years, 6 months?
Well, it really depends what it is. I mean, if it's something, you know, like your big mixer that you probably only use once a year for baking at the holidays, then you're not going to get rid of it. But if it's, you know, some gadget that you bought on television because you thought it was going to be the be-all and end-all.
Oh, I'm the gadget girl.
Right? And you didn't use it, or you never used it, then you need to let that go. You need to donate it because someone else will find a use for it.
All right, and if folks at home, they do have some space, how do they get started? What are some good tips to start spring cleaning?
So, you know, I would recommend for spring, start from the bottom up. Maybe take care of your storage area. So if you have a basement, start there, or closets, so that you have some place to put those items after you come across them in the home. You know, you would want to focus on one room at a time. So I would suggest not leaving that space until it's finished, because if you start flooding around the house, you're not really going to get the results that you're looking for.
That is true.
You know, make to-do lists every day. I brought, you know, a couple of things. It's not about what you're putting them on.
Right.
You know, it's not about what you're putting them on. It's just a matter of putting them on something. So
writing it down.
Writing it down, because it holds you accountable to that, and it reminds you if you remember it. I am notorious for dictating the to-do lists into my phone, and you know, then if I'm on the road, not while I'm driving, but if I'm out and about and I think of something, I just do a quick reminder on the telephone, and then I have my reminders list there. So whatever your means of doing it is, it's important to write it down.
And then you brought some containers
I brought some containers because, so this is kind of just a tip for getting started.
Right.
So let's just say you are in the guest room and the homes for some of those items are around the house, okay, or you'd like to create a home. This is especially a great task for when your home is extremely cluttered. So what I did was, these are small. A lot of times we use something much larger than this when we're doing jobs with people, but this is for visual purposes. And, you know, mark them. So, you know, this one I believe I have marked with, you know, the basement. So anything that I'm in, you know, in that room and I want it to go to the basement, it's going to go in here. This is going to be my donate bin. And this one is going to be, let's say, my second floor if I'm on the first floor. So this way everything gets in here, and then you bring it to where it needs to go. You can empty the bin, you can leave it in the bin, but you get it into the space where you want it organized, and then once you get there, you focus on those things. But you want to make sure that you don't leave that one space that you're doing.
All right. Well, donation is always a good thing. If you don't know what to do with it, donate it.
Right. You know, do it now. Don't wait. You know, if you really want to get organized, don't let anything deter you from that. You know, and small projects are okay. You can't, it didn't get that way in a short period of time, so you're not going to fix it in a short period of time.
All right, Elaine, thanks so much. And we'll have ways on how you can get in touch with Elaine on our website on WTNH.com. Go to the On Air tab, pull down the Good Morning Connecticut Weekend section.